everyone. Oh, I am I am ready. I just stuffed so much food in my face. But I flew in from North Carolina this morning and I got back home an hour ago. And I'm already like that's 2 time zones away from where I live. And I already had to wake up like really early for the flight because my parents live like way out in the mountains. We had to drive to an airport that's 2 hours away, but not really because traffic. So it was like 3 hours away, and it was a lot. But I'm here. I'm happy to be with you. I am drinking coffee, and I'm basically starting the day over. I got home, and Curtis was like making breakfast food for me, and it was great. So we're here. We're doing it. Hi. Oh, yay. I'm glad you're able to make the live stream. Yeah, different timing than I usually do. Which I've been meaning to try out like a after work time, which I took the day off, so this is not really after work for me. But I've been meaning to try it out for a while, but I kind of just happened into it because I was supposed to live stream like a week and a half ago, I think, for TBR Spin, but I couldn't do it because I was very sick. And there's still a little bit of congestion, insanely. Like, I cannot believe how long it's stuck around. But I feel a lot better. I mean, I feel tired right now, but that's just today's circumstance. That's not from being sick. Yay. Oh, I'm glad that you're able to make the live stream. Amelia, I don't know how you made the live stream. What time is it where you are? That's some dedication. We've got some like first timers here because the time finally works out. And then we've got Amelia just like still sticking it out. Hi, Nicole. Usually can't watch your other streams, so I'm excited for this one. Yeah, it's good to see, and it's good that it was kind of forced me into trying this out because now I can like be like, okay, people would actually come at this time too. I do think that September is going to have a lot of live streams because I am one of the co-hosts of the what is it called? The Reading Rebellion. Sorry, my brain is really having a hard time right now. But I should link to that. I should have had a link ready to link to that. But basically it's a readathon that's happening in September. It's like a board game goes along with it. It's super cute. Mel is doing it, her channel is like Mel Reads. I don't even have my phone with me. I am an absolute mess. But I will, during the first break, I'll find the thing for it and share it. But whether or not you're participating in it, I will be live streaming more. And there's also going to be a lot of people. I'm one of 10 co-hosts for that. And so a lot of people are going to be live streaming reading sprints, which will be very fun. Hi, Anne. Glad you're able to make it. I have 24 pages left in Dusk by Robbie Arnett. This is going to be my best book of the year. That's awesome. I'm thinking that maybe the book I just finished might possibly be my best book of the year. I don't know, though. I read a lot of really great books already. Hi, Tyler. 11:30. Okay. So, not terrible, but very late to be starting live stream. Although this one's only going to be we're only doing 2 sprints today. I'm very sorry. It's mostly just because I am very tired. And I knew that this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me no matter what, like doing this after flying back from North Carolina. So, but I am very excited to actually like get to spin and everything. Although I have never wanted more to get a swap for the TBR Spin. For those of you who are just here for the sprints, totally fine. Welcome. I am also spinning for TBR Spin, which is my monthly like reading challenge where it lasts like a year long. So you pick 12 books at the beginning of the year. That's your TBR Spin stack. And then every month I spin a wheel on a live, and that gives us a prompt. And then you use that to pick one of your books from the stack, ideally. Although now, ideally, I want a swap. We haven't gotten a swap all year this year, which has been crazy. I haven't even gotten one where it's been like, oh, I can't fit one of my books on my stack to this prompt, so I need to pick something else from my other bookshelf. But like I just finished a very lengthy book And like all of the books that I have left are pretty lengthy. They don't look that lengthy, but I promise you that they all are. I mean, maybe the nonfictions actually aren't as bad as their page count appears, just because they probably do have like index and things like that. But anyways, I'm really hoping for a swap. It's all that came to. I want like a super fast paced something else. Hi, welcome. I'm doing Aurelium next month. Oh yeah. That does look like a really fun one, and I cannot blame you for it. But feel free to join the live streams for it. I should be doing more than just on the weekends, especially because I think 2 of my weekends are already going to be taken up with people visiting. So it'll probably be more weekday sprints, which means around this time, but probably a little later, even than this, because technically I would still be working now if this was a normal day. Hi from Germany. It's pretty late, so I can't stay long. Yeah, fair. Absolutely fair. I'm off work, so I'm up for the pajama party. Oh, love it. Love it. I have only just started my August book. Oh, let's not talk about the August book. Learned by Heart by Emma Donoghue. And I do really like it, but I'm anxious about my next pick, kind of hoping for a swap. Okay, good. We're both of us are hoping for a swap. Yeah, I have not picked up Perks of Being a Wallflower at all since the last time we got together. I knew that was going to be the case because I've been like fully just reading Booker books. I do think that in September, I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit more. And I have read a little bit not Booker, but I haven't actually finished a book that's not a Booker book on the Booker long list at all this month. I'm like in weird positions in a lot of different books because I'm not reading them fast enough for my library. And then, so I like get a certain distance into it and I'm reading Booker besides that. And then I have to return the book. And then I get another book in the library. And then I'm like, this will be my break from Booker. And now it's like my reading is just a mess now. You need to read Dusk. Ooh, okay. I actually don't know anything about it. So I will definitely look that up though. Have you read Audition yet? Read it in 2 sittings, 5 stars, but I can also see why people are hating it. I am so curious about it. I haven't read it yet. I'm so curious about it. I'm really hoping that I get it next because for those that don't follow me on, I'm doing this on Instagram and TikTok. I have been spinning a wheel that has all the books on the Booker long list on it to decide which order I'm reading in. And I need to film my next one now because I've finished Sonia and Sunny. And sorry, just a moment of appreciation for that book. And but I'm really hoping I get Audition, partly because I just really want to read it, and I've heard like so many different things about it that make me so interested in deciding like or knowing how I feel about it. But also because I have the book from the library and it is due back very soon. So I know that if I get it this next one, I can probably read it quickly enough to get it back. But I think that even if I got another book first, it wouldn't happen, which I knew was a possibility, but whatever. Currently reading The Night is Defying book 2 by Chloe C. Peñaranda. Not my favorite series so far, but once I start something, I have to finish it. Oh no. Well, I'm a big fan of DNFing here, so I understand that urge. And in fact, I fought with it. I think I still fight with it a little bit, even though I say I'm a fan of DNFing. But yeah, I get it. What prompts do we have left apart from swapping? I typically try not to even look at them just because then I'll start thinking about whether it's on my stack or not. But I'll give you a couple. So I'll say how many there are. Let's do that aren't swaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 slices of the pie, slices of the wheel that are not book swaps now, which usually there is 10 and 2. So there's 12 prompts total and 2 of them are swaps at any given time. I ended up a while ago, I guess, to only have 6. Oh, I do think I had to reset my wheel at some point, and I might have started at a different stage because I lost it for some reason. Mostly because I don't think I saved it on Wheel of Names, like the site, and then I made another wheel and then it was like gone forever. So I had to remake it. So I probably didn't hit that number again. But usually when we get one prompt, I put a new prompt on there for the next time we spin. But it's been a few months now that I've not been putting a new prompt in there. So yeah, there's a 1 in 4 chance, right, of getting a swap. That's not that good. But also the stack is so small now. It's only 4 books that like it is possible that we get one that is not that like can't be done. But I do try to have ones where like it would fit a lot of different things. It's 10:40 p.m. here, but I'm staying up for a little while. Yay. Love it. Love it. What book are you reading for the sprints? I don't know yet. I for the TBR spins, I wait until I spin and then I start reading whatever the book is, which typically encourages me to finish the book by the time we're doing this for the next month. But for August, I did just read for one of the sprints and then I switched. For this one, I'll probably be reading whatever it is for one of the sprints. And then I think I might do some editing for the second sprint that we're doing today. For anybody that wasn't here, we're only doing 2 sprints today. I'm very sorry. But I'm also very tired. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to be reading, but this is my current TBR spin stack. It's these 4 books. So it's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, American Psycho, The Mortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, and The New Jim Crow are the 4 books I have left on my stack. But I am hoping for a swap just because I just finished reading a near 700-page book. And none of these are screaming to me right now. Usually there's at least one of them. I've been wanting to read Henrietta Lacks for like every month, I feel like, for so long. And I've not gotten it. And now I actually don't want to. And I'm worried that that's going to mean that that's exactly what I get. Ooh, next year's booker, Arnett is Australian. I have read this book in 2 days. Ooh, love that. Oh, I didn't see the rest of your comments. Sorry, Tyler. I'm reading People of the Book by Geraldine Brooks, and I've been liking it. Oh, nice. I've only read Horse by Geraldine Brooks, and I liked it. I think it was kind of middle of the road for me, like maybe like a 3.5 stars or something. Okay, I definitely have to look at Dusk then. Oh, I'm also currently reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I have 100 more pages left. Nice. Yeah, I do need to get on that. But I'll be reading something else today. Yes, keeping up the suspense. I always get worried for myself because especially when we get to towards the end of the months, then I can't help but think like, oh, if we land on this thing, I'll get this book or I'll be able to pick something else from the stacks. And I prefer to not know as much as possible, which I have the hardest time doing obviously early in the year when I'm like adding them to it the first time. But yeah, trying to keep that suspense. Oh, I'm glad that you're here though. My TBR spin this month was such a highlight for me. Oh, nice. You made a fool of death with your beauty. Awesome. I'm at the gym this evening, so I won't be reading or audiobooking. I'm glad you're here though. Oh, I see. Here to help manifest the swap. Thank you very much. We've been trying for months now. Oh, that was one of my favorite books for this last year. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's great. I almost missed my bus stop this morning trying to finish Dusk. That's great. Wow, a lot of people have been reading some great books. I mean, same. I've been having a wonderful time. I'm almost done with my August spin book. Okay, great. Hello, nice to know what everyone is reading. I'm reading Tangerine by Christine Mangan. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I feel like I'm picturing a book I don't know. I'm thinking of Pomegranate. I'm thinking of the book Pomegranate, which I do really want to read. I don't know what Tangerine is. August book was Song for the Wild Built Whipped Through It. Yeah, I think that's a pretty short one, right? That's Becky Chambers. I haven't decided if I want to read those yet. I don't know. I had such mixed feelings about her other series. Not the writing or anything, but there's just something in their writing or in the plot that didn't connect with me personally as a reader. But I would recommend it to like a ton of people because the writing was really good. Okay, let's spin this wheel. Because I need to know. I need to know what I'm reading. I feel I don't know which book from the book or Longas I'm reading next. I don't know which book I'm reading for TBR Spin next, and I'm feeling lost. So I need to know. Okay. Share screen. Okay, let's do that. Okay. I'm not ready. I know I just said I wanted to know. No, it's fine. Okay, here we go. We have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a swap. Everybody cross your fingers. I don't think that's gonna get. I don't think that's gonna get to the swap. It's definitely gonna be one of the books on my I mean, obviously, it's the book that's on your stack that you've owned the longest. Okay. Okay, we're not pulling from off the swap. So while everybody's trying to figure this out, this might be a tough one to figure out. You can also go by feeling if you don't keep track of how long you've owned books like I do, like an insane person. That is something that I keep track of. But if you don't and you don't know, but you have like a general feeling, that's fine. I'm going to create a little banner for this so anybody entering late knows what the prompt is. Oh, and I can't spell. Cool. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to go back full screen. There we go. Okay, how are we feeling? I think I've said this before, but for all the books that I own, I have like a little sticky note on the or like a piece of a sticky note on the front like flap of every book that says when the month and year that I got the book in. And then my entire TBR is laid out from the book I've owned the longest to the shortest. You do not have to participate. Absolutely not. This is just for TBR Spin. So I do one of these sprints or one of these live shows once a month for TBR Spin, but we just sprint afterwards like any other thing. And so you're more than welcome to read whatever you're reading. Oh, I missed some stuff. I'm halfway through the July, August spins, both good, only just catching up. Yeah, I also need to catch up. But I'm glad that you're making progress too. They're cute, but I was surprised by the cursing. Interesting. Is there like a ton of it? The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks is what I've been wanting to read for a while too. It's such an important story that deserves to be more well known. Yeah, I am excited about it. I'm pretty positive I know which one I'm reading. But I'm gonna look just to be sure. I'm currently reading a nonfiction book about commuting. I'm that kind of nerd. Honestly, that sounds great. I mean, I love public transit. I feel like I've talked about this many times, especially for being an American. I probably love public transit a little bit too much. And I feel like commuting goes right along with that. I love nonfiction books myself. I'm currently reading Below the Edge of Darkness, and it's super fascinating, much more than I was expecting. Ooh. What kind of nonfiction is that? It sounds like it's like a sciencey one, but I don't know. It Will Be Married by Nat Cassidy, which works out because I have the audio from the library. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to check to see if I have the audio for what I've got. I already answered this. My husband is laughing at me because I said I need to check my spreadsheet. The Post-it note is a great idea. Yeah, it helps me a lot. I do have a spreadsheet as well, but I don't keep the dates in that. I just keep a list. So technically the earliest ones on the list should be, but sometimes I'm not great at updating it and I put like, several books in at once. Help. Do I pick the one reread on my stack? Oh, interesting. Since it is the one I've owned the longest, but hasn't been on my TBR necessarily for as long as some other books. Ooh. I would say, if you decided that you wanted to reread it more recently than other books that have been on your TBR longer, then I would go for the ones that were on your TBR longer. I think that's more in the spirit of it. But if you decided a long time ago you wanted to reread it and then these other books came into your possession, then I would reread it. Does that make sense? I think mine is More Perfect by Temi O, but honestly, not sure if I'm 100% accurate with that one. Totally fine. Best guesses work. One of my fave is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Oh, nice. It's not so fast-paced thriller, but so unique and dark with the best female main character ever. Interesting. Yeah, I'm hoping in my head it's going to have some twists because it did so well, like as a movie and everything. Like so many people ended up reading it, and I feel like usually for thrillers that's because they are a bit twisty. But I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if this counts, but Blindness by Sarah Mogo has been on my mental TBR since it came out in the 90s. I'd say it's about time to read it. Love it. Yeah, go for it. My spin book will be Orient Express by Graham Greene. It's giving me DNF vibes, but maybe it will surprise me. Who knows? You know, if it's giving you DNF vibes, you might as well figure that out now. I'll be reading Milk Teeth by Jessica Andrews. I have heard of that one. I can't remember for the life of me what it's about, though. Okay. So let's see. Oh, I have not owned The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks for as long as I thought that I had. For some reason, I thought that was one of the books that I got in like 2021 or something, but I actually got it in 2023. Oh, I might be wrong about the one. I thought I was going to be reading the new Jim Crow, but I don't think that I am. Oh no, I was actually kind of okay with that out of the 4. June of 2020. May. Okay. Okay. No, it's fine. It's just the biggest book on this list. Oh my gosh, I just finished Sonia and Sunny, which is 670 pages, I think. And this book is 643 pages. It's a science book. It's a this was, what was it called? Below the Edge of Darkness. It's a memoir by a scientist detailing her life studying bioluminescence. Ooh, bioluminescence is so fascinating. I did some scuba diving, and like that was the coolest part. Especially we did like a night dive, and it was awesome. Tangerine works out for the prompt had it for at least 7 years. So please don't judge me. No judgment here. I was very much the same way, and then I started making an intentional effort to like read the oldest books on my TBR, which is why actually all of the books that are a part of my spin stack, or typically, I'm surprised by Henrietta Lacks. I think I just made a mistake. Sorry, I'm seeing Sam your comments. I'm gonna get to them in a second. But yes, the oldest books that I own are from 2020 on my TBR, and I'm very proud of that fact because that's very good for me. Okay, if I'm going to be reading Breath by James Nestor. Ooh. But has it been on your TBR the longest? Maybe you just didn't own it yet. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I knew longer that I wanted to read the new Jim Crow. I don't think I knew longer that I wanted to read Henrietta Lacks. I got this. Okay, this is going to be some deep channel lore. I started my channel in June of 2020, and I was already like thinking about videos that I would make if I was doing it, and I was like, maybe I'll just start reading like I would create a channel, but not create it yet, if that makes sense. And so I thought that it could be fun to, because at the time I was never reading series. I like considered myself kind of like scared of reading series. Like I only read standalone books. or books that were like basically standalone. You know, there might be a little bit of a through line, but they're not like really like a series. And so I thought it'd be fun to a fun video idea would be to force myself to start a lot of popular series. And this was one of, I bought 5 books from that. And this was one of the books I bought from it. I started it and I never finished it. But I did find Kings of the Wild because of that video. At the time, Kings of the Wild was very popular. This was a long time ago. It's not like as popular anymore. But at the time it was all over BookTube. And I love that book so much. But yeah, I read that book because of it. And I can't even remember, I think maybe the 5th season I read because of that, which was not the move. I wasn't even into fantasy. I picked 2 fantasy books. But yeah, this is a video that never happened, never got made, but just like internally, I was thinking that. But yeah, that is why I bought this book. And I still haven't read it, but it is on my 100 books bucket list poster. So like, that's why I picked it as one of the series that I was going to start. Because it was on my 100 books bucket list poster. I did not look up how long it was before I ordered it from Better World Books, though. So don't do it. Girl with the dragon tattoo moves faster than anything because it's smaller size for pages. I do love the size of it. This is like my ideal size. I love a mass market paperback. That is something about me. I love a mass market paperback. So just holding this, you can tell I'm just still holding it. Holding it I like because there's something about the size of those types of books. I actually think Dragon Tattoo will be a quicker read than Jim Crow. Yeah, you're probably right. I do think that for Jim Crow I'd be more likely to go to the audiobook because nonfictions get the best audiobook, right? Like I feel like all nonfiction books get the best audiobooks. So in my head I was already like, oh yeah, I'll like read some, listen some, and it'll be great for when I'm not, physically reading audiobooks. And physically reading Booker books is what I meant to say. Love mass market paperback. Yes, they are just the best. This one's one of the tall ones, which isn't as ideal. I prefer when they're like the actual classic, like mass market paperback size. But I do love them. There's something about, I feel like I'm reading like lightning when I go through these books. I do have this card in here. Oh, I wonder if this is how far I made it. I think I made it 42 pages in. I don't know what this is from. Photo Industrial. Oh, mic. Oh my gosh. This is probably from when I got a mic. How funny is that? Okay. Yeah. That's how far I made it when I tried last time. But that being said, I think I made some bad decisions on like the books that I was even thinking for that video, because they weren't like super up my alley at the time, and I wasn't reading as widely as I read now. So I feel more ready for this. I will say I'm not huge on detective series, but there are some that I've really loved. So I'm hoping it goes well. Well, it looks like I'm reading The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer on my shelves since March 2021. I was hoping for a short book, but it's not meant to be. I get it. Same. I really thought we were gonna, like, something in me really thought we were gonna get a swap. I don't know why. But I felt it. I felt it in my soul. What if I go this whole year with never picking something from not on my TBR spin stack? No, I can't think of that. I mean, all of these books are also on my 25 books to read before 2025 is over, or in 2025. I don't know why I said it like that. So it's good. It's good if I do read all of these. But also where's the fun in that? Okay. So let's do a sprint. And I need to share a new screen. The cats are going crazy outside my door because they were locked out for this first part, but I'm going to let them in. They were going kind of crazy because I had just gotten in an hour ago. And so, they're all excited. that I'm home and want to be on me. So, but I will be letting them in once we get this started. I just didn't want while I'm trying to talk into a mic and everything. Not doing the prompt, but I'm in the middle of reading 2 books. Oh, nice. Feel free to share what books you're reading if you want. We love to hear it. We love to know what everyone's reading. Okay. So we're going to go for 40 minutes. Again, just doing 2 sprints today. And we are going to test out using a timer for the break time because I've been getting a little out of hand recently. But happy reading, everybody. See you in 40 minutes. Okay, let me get the break timer started, which I only know how to do this one way. There we go. Alrighty, how did that go for everybody? Oh, that's right. What books are in the middle? Throne of Secrets and the Golden Age of Magic. Is Throne of Secrets part of a series? I feel like it is, but I don't know what. Hi, welcome in. I am reading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Just starting it. I made it. How far in did I make it? It doesn't feel like very far. 25 pages in. So yeah, not very far. But I was struggling there for a bit. I think part of it was the cats were overwhelming when I opened up my door and let them in, and Zuko was on my lap for most of that time. And I kept getting his like fur, like just all over me, like in my nose, like everywhere. But then also I didn't expect so much like finance talk, and my brain is having a really hard time. Like my sleep deprived brain is like really trying. But I think I was just like literally those last 2 pages. I was like, okay, wait, I think I'm in this. Like I think I'm getting it. Like I think I'm here and I'm reading this. So that felt better. And now I'm kind of torn between wanting to. I was gonna use Zuko as an excuse if he had stayed on my lap just now, that like I would just keep reading because he was on my lap and I didn't want to get up to get my laptop to edit. But now that he's left me, I can't use it as an excuse anymore. But I think I might still continue with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because I feel like I want to get more in it to feel better. Thanks for the reading sprint. I have to go, but I really enjoyed my time reading with all of you. Oh, yay. Thanks for joining. Glad you're able to make it, at least for the one. 70% into my July book. Awesome. Joined in for my first sprint with you. Yay. Joined through the Herked videos. Nice. Still have 1.25 books left for my August TBR. Finishing Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime today. Oh, I really liked that book. Oh, I have such positive memories of reading that one too, because I read it on vacation. I picked it up in Indonesia from like a hostel. They had like, books that people had left behind. And I picked it up there, and then I ended up leaving it at a hostel in Thailand. And I don't know, things like that make me happy. But I also really liked the book as well. 64% of the way through People of the Book now. Nice. Are you still enjoying it? Still feeling good about it? I think I'm feeling good about mine, but I feel like I haven't really. The names are getting to me. They're very Swedish, obviously. Duh. But it is. I have this. I actually, I'm curious. For when you're reading a physical book, either ebook or like actual physical copy of a book, do you hear yourself or like a voice in your head saying every word of like the sentences that you're reading, or do you just like read without having that aspect? I think that I tend towards the first one, but once I get really into a book, then I can reach that second state, which I think is probably the ideal reading state. But that is something that I think I struggle with. But then when there are tough names, the voice in my head, because I always start books with a voice in my head doing it, like it struggles so hard because it really wants to like pronounce them. So yes, please let me know what happens in your brain when you read. I'm about 50 pages of The Kite Runner, yay, which I've been procrastinating finishing. Oh my gosh, Sophia, you have great taste. But once I finish it, I'm moving on to A Little Luck by Claudia Pinheiro. Love it. I have not read A Little Luck yet, but I own it. I do think it's going to be on my TBR Spin stack for next year, actually, because I'm annoyed at myself for not having read it at this yet. Even though technically I haven't owned it long enough that I would typically pick it for my stack, but I just really want to read it because I loved Elena Knows so very much. And I just read The Kite Runner very recently and loved it. Now that I finished the best book of the year, what do I read next? Oof. Yeah, that is a tough decision. Man, I've got to read Dusk. I need need my phone to be able to, that's where I usually put my notes. Actually, I'll have to go on Storygraph anyway to, I just realized I never updated the TBR Spin Challenge on Storygraph. So I'll have to jump on there to do that. And then I'm adding Dusk to my TBR. Oh, hi, Darlene. Yeah, glad you were able to find to join a sprint. Yes, I have a little narrator voice, kind of like an audiobook, but my own voice. Yes. Okay. Cool. Thank you. See, these are things I need to know. Reading The Outsider by Stephen King. Read 13 pages in 26 minutes. Not bad. I usually hear words in my head, but not when trying to go fast. Yeah, I think it changes for me, and I think I'll always start books at least with the voice, because I need to be really in it to not get that. And I prefer to get to be that way because I think that you read more quickly that way, and you don't really need to hear the words in order to internalize them. But I just have a hard time like making that leap. And if I do hear it in my head, I do think that I'm more invested. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just telling myself that to make myself feel better. Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. Nice. Probably will be around a 4-star read. That's great. Finished Art Monsters by Lauren Elkin, and I don't know what to read next. I actually have Elena notes from the library. Ooh, I mean, Stephanie, I'm gonna say that you should read Elena Knows. I was gonna beat around the bush more, but like obviously that's what I'm gonna say. That was my favorite book. What year was that on the International Booker list? That made it to shortlist, I think. Whatever year that was, I think it was 2022, maybe. But that was my favorite book of that year. Oh, I loved it so very much. I think with your knowledge of today, you would read it differently. I haven't read it, but I've heard people, saying that the main character is how neurotypicals stereotypically see autistic people. I do get that. I kind of like that they never refer to him as being autistic, because I read that pretty late, in as in not that long ago. I read that in 2022 actually, and what was I talking about? I do like that they never really say that he's autistic, because I do think it's kind of nice to like separate it from, like, it doesn't matter. But I could definitely see, and I read at the time like the criticisms about that, that the main character is like that. I will say I do think it's better than some other representations that we've even gotten past when that was published, of autism or autistic people, or people with autism, I think is preferred. But like he doesn't have like a savant thing going on. Like there are things that I think are almost like glamorized about it, in a lot of characters in media that it didn't do, which is good. But overall, yes, I do still think it is a pretty like stereotypical version. But that being said, it is one of like the first books that had a character like that, that didn't need to say it, and that was as popular as it was. And so I think that helped more than hindered overall, and hopefully paved the way for us to get more, and especially more like from own voices. I would prefer that, obviously. But yeah. But if the prose is great, I want to hear them. Ooh, good point. If it's prose, I gotta hear that voice in my head. Like, I can't not. That is a really good point. Gotta be responsible and work out. I enjoyed reading with everyone. Great job being responsible. Thanks for joining. I always have to hear the words in my head. I want to be as immersed in a story as possible. Yeah, I think, and it probably depends on the book too. Like literary fiction, I tend towards that even more, because I want to be more in it. But then when I'm in like a thriller or fantasy or something, then like I just want to like fly by the seat of my pants, It's nice of you to do the sprint today. Yeah. I mean, I was very excited because I did really wanna do the spin, and I was annoyed that I couldn't do the spin when I thought I was gonna be able to do. Okay. But yeah, it's not so bad, especially with just doing 2 sprints. I think that it's okay. Have you seen that Storygraph cleaned up the review pages, and now you can decide if it shows your favorites randomly or you can pin and, undo? I'm gonna assume that was supposed to be. I did not see that. I only just put up some favorites, which I didn't do all of them, all of my favorites, but I just did, like, some quick ones that I could think of. Um, oh, I like the random ones, though. I like when it just, like, cycles through randomly, personally. But I could see for people that, like, really know their favorites, you know? Made and ate dinner in that sprint, so now I'm gonna be reading The Sword of Kagan, about 200 pages left. Nice. Okay. Unpin. Unpin. That makes more sense. Okay, that pin and unpin. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next and last sprint, sadly, of today. I think I'm gonna at least finish the chapter. I think it's not that long till this chapter's over. So I'll do that, and then I might grab my laptop and edit, or if I'm feeling up to it, I'll keep reading up until the end of the sprint. Okay. And now there has to be a better way to use this thing, but I don't know what it is. to jump back and forth between break and and focus, but whatever. Okay, happy reading, everyone. Okay, that's our last sprint done. How did it go for everyone? Oh, Sarah, I have to go to bed. That makes sense. You're probably gone now, but thank you for sharing what book you're reading for the spin this time around. Oh yay, made it in time for the final sprint. Very exciting. Eating dinner, then picking up with flashlight. Oh, great. So it sounds like maybe you've already started this. How are you feeling about it? Are you liking it? Going to Try an Island by Karen Jennings. Yeah, it was longlisted for the Booker in 2020. That was the first year that I was paying attention to the Booker long list. I can't remember if I read them all that year. I got close, but I did read An Island, and I liked it. That one surprised me, actually. But I can't say that it stuck with me now because I'm having a really hard time remembering anything about it. But I remember being surprised by it. I remember thinking that I wasn't going to like it based off the synopsis, and then having a really great time reading it. She wrote Crooked Seeds, which was nominated for the Women's Prize. Oh, nice. Yeah. So I think An Island was her debut, right? If I remember correctly. I remember it being really hard to get a hold of during Booker. I think I did my one and only giveaway for that one, actually. And because I knew that a lot of people were going to be having a hard time getting their hands on it, and I just happened to order it like very quickly, and so I was able to get a copy of it. But yeah, then I sent it to somebody else in the US. Oh, that was just me. Happy sprinting. I softy enough to. Is this dispossessed? I assume. Currently working on pests. Okay, nice. I'll have to see what's been on the long list. Or on the longest, not the long list. On the longest. I believe Young Mungo. Ooh, I still have not read Young Mungo. Read Shaggy Bane. But which was that same year, 2020. How funny. 0 pages read. Ended up pursuing. Is it pursuing or perusing? That I don't know why. Sorry, my brain is doing all sorts of little somersaults. Houses on the interwebs. I get that. I do that a lot, actually. Like that is one of my ultimate distractions, honestly. Another 60 pages into the Kite Runner, a little more than halfway through now. Yay! Oh, great. Oh, I'm excited to hear what you end up thinking of it overall. Man, such a good book. I read a few pages, but I ended up eating dinner also. That works too. Gotta do it. I ate like literally right before I started this, so that helped me. Down to 140 pages left of Sword of Kagan. I'm really loving it. Yay. Tony, 23 pages read. Nice. Oh, I didn't even say what I read. What did I read? How far did I get? I finished this chapter, which is just to page 34. So I'm actually very close to where I had stopped reading this back when I got it in 2020. So that's kind of nice, actually. I considered continuing into the second chapter purely for that, but I found a good stopping point. I'll just stop. And then I did do some editing. And I am cracking myself up editing this video. Like it was like my first time like doing anything like talking to anybody besides Curtis, and like certainly my first time filming since I had been sick for so long. And so I think I was like a little bit like loopy and just like too excited about filming a video and like spreading my opinions. So, and it's just like rapid fire because it's about my book bucket list, my 100 books bucket list. So yeah, it's a lot of opinions. Elena Knows is on my up next, but I need to clear out my currently reading. Okay, fair. I can live with that. I also like desperately need to clear out my currently reading, like desperately. Also my story graph is a mess. I just went and looked at that. Absolute mess right now. I need to sort that out. I am liking Flashlight. I've been around I haven't been around much to read, so I'm through part 2 where I've been for a couple weeks. Yeah, that's fair. Sonia and Sunny took me a long time too. I'm no longer super confident about finishing the long list before the short list is announced. But if I can make it before the winner's announced, I'll still be happy. I knew that was a bit of a stretch goal for me. Very close to finishing the book. I think I'll continue reading the reading pajama party on my own. Love it. I can see a 4.75 star rating. Ooh, nice. Speaking of high ratings, I did look up Dusk during that break, and it looks great. So, Anne, if you're still here, I may have put in a hold at the library. I just got home from work and joined. Sad that I missed the sprints. But Calabasas, I was pronouncing it Calabasas, but then I saw a reel where R.F. Kwong's talking about how it's pronounced, which I think Calabasas is what she said as well. But like, there's been like a few different things, and she says like, obviously like never make fun of people for the way that they pronounce things. Like some people, like sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you learn a word by reading it purely. But now I oddly wasn't second guessing myself before seeing that, and now I am second guessing myself. Calabasas is still out for delivery, so I couldn't read it anyways. I was so close today. So when I took the train back from the airport, I have to stop at Union Station, and there's a bookstore right there. And I had like 15 minutes before my train was going to be leaving to come like here. And I did go in there, and I saw the beautiful cover of Calabasas displayed. And I was like, do I really want to spend all that money on a new book when I really shouldn't? I just got a new book. Oh, there it is. I just got Death of an Author, and I'm so excited about it. So I was like, you can't get 2 new books during this trip, especially when like right now I'm not reading like hardly any of my TBR because I'm just reading books off the Booker long list. So I held out. But I haven't like read any R.F. Kwong, but like that book speaks to me. So I'm like, you could do something else instead first. I've made hitting 50% in Way of Kings now, which is good. Yeah, everybody, please round of applause. Way of Kings is so intimidating to me. I do that. I have a copy in like a mass market paperback, and it's so thick because of that. Obviously, the book in general is already insanely thick. Just 108 pages left of People of the Book. It'd be great if I could finish it today. Yeah, that would be great. I feel like when you hit that, especially like, which you're so close to it, but hitting like under 100 pages, those are always like, that's the best feeling for me. I never said, but I'm reading The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok. I've heard good things about that, but I haven't read it myself. An Island seems interesting in the first 15 pages. Nice. The 3 on my currently reading shelf are Astragal. Never heard of it. By Albertine Sarrazin, Eros the Bittersweet by Anne Carson, and The Garden Against Time by Olivia Lang. Oh, I love the sound of Garden Against Time. I haven't heard of that one either. Pursuing and Perusing. True, it works. Both work. And Too Much of Life by Lispector is my audiobook. And Too Much of Life. It's my audiobook. Nice. I've read a book by Claudia Pinedo that I preferred over Elena Knows, but it's not translated into English yet. Ooh, good to know. Have you already planned the next live sprint? No. I could see next weekend. We are still in August. Okay. Maybe next weekend. Actually, I might even sprint on the 1st. The 1st is a holiday for us here in the US. It's Labor Day. And I might do sprints that day. And just like do some catch up on reading, on productivity, and it would be like a nice little kickoff for the Reading Rebellion readathon. which I actually did go and get a link for. So if anybody is interested in joining this readathon that I am one of the co-hosts of for September, that's the link to it in the chat now. So I'm going to tentatively say the first, but I do need to check. We have like a spreadsheet of all the times that different co-hosts and everything are signing up for different sprints. So I'm not totally like, I don't want to schedule mine for the same time as somebody else. So I can't be totally positive without looking at that. But I am going to go through that tomorrow and make my choices. So if I don't go ahead and schedule them right away, I'll put it in my Patreon Discord, just so you know, Amelia. And then I'll work on scheduling them. I think that Mel has like a whole thing we can use for our thumbnail and everything. So basically I'll just need to make like a thumbnail that I can use for the different scheduled ones in September. Oh, just finished Death of an Author. It's great. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I wish I was taping the reaction of the woman behind the counter that I was talking to about this book, but she was so excited for me. Like I love when a bookstore employee is like just so excited for you to read a book. It was in 2 different places in the store, they had staff recommendations, and in both places it was recommended, but by 2 different staffers. And the comments they said were so good. And I was kind of on the fence because I don't typically like buying hardcover books, especially if I'm not positive if I'll read it before it comes out on paperback. Although now that it's been so hyped to me, I probably will. But that's what I was thinking at the time before talking to her. But I do love that on this version, it's got the so this is the this book is like, it's a book within a book. So there's an author in the book that writes a book, and this is the book that she writes. It's called Rusted Robots. And I just think that that's the cutest thing. And like behind her in this, she's got there's like computer chips and like binary code in the background. And then behind this one, it's like plants and everything. And then on the inside covers, it's like both combined. They're almost like robotic flowers and stuff. But it just sounds so good now, and I'm so excited for it. I want to just pick it up so bad. Oh yes, please everybody, don't forget to leave a like for Sarah before leaving. Yes, please. Thank you. I tried Babel 3 different times and couldn't get into it. Kwong's themes are on the nose for me. Ooh, okay, good to know. Are they as on the nose as Midnight Library? Because I don't know if I've ever read a book that was that had its themes more on the nose than that, and that was too much for me. Although usually I think I can be more forgiving in that area, but like the Midnight Library was like so far and beyond. I'm so curious to hear your thoughts on Audition. I need to talk about this book. I am so excited to have thoughts on Audition. But yeah, I think probably tomorrow morning. I don't think I'll film tonight the video of like spinning the wheel again, just because I don't want to try to look cute. This is as cute as it was going to get for this. But yeah, so probably tomorrow morning I'll film that so that I'll know that I'm reading, and hopefully I'll get Audition. Oh, about Audition. Yes, Amelia, I believe you said you loved it too. Way early on in the live today. This is my 6th book of August. This is the most that I've read in a month in a very long time. That's awesome. I think I've only read 4, but I'm blaming, which is a little low for me for this time of the month. But I'm blaming the fact that one of them was very long and that I got sick. 5 stars. Ooh, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay, I feel like this is good. This like revived my I was a little bit worried after Sonia and Sunny that I was gonna like be in too much of a book hangover, but this helped. I'm like getting excited about other books that aren't that book. So good. All right. But I will maybe see you all on Monday. Yep. If not, I will try to get at least like the first one, then for September scheduled. But yeah, I should be going live a few times in September for the readathon. But again, if you're not participating in the readathon, no worries. Feel free to just come by for reading sprints anyways. Read whatever you want. Because honestly, I might not always be reading for the readathon anyways. I might be reading for book or hopefully, ideally, be cool if I could read for both at the same time. But I don't super see that happening. But it should be a fun time, no matter what you're reading or doing. All right. Thank you. Oh, wait, I do want to see. August is my most read month too, with 8 books. Oh, nice. I read a lot last month, so I'm okay with myself on this month. Audition was so blind. For what reason? It was 5-star for me as well. Ooh. This is my 18th book this month. Impressive. Very impressive. I'm hoping to get to like 6. That's my goal now. A lot of people think it's too pretentious and too Booker. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this. Maybe this needs to be our like of the Booker books, the Patreon book club pick, because it sounds like it would be a good discussion one. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I should have a video coming out tomorrow or Thursday about my book bucket list, so be on the lookout for that, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining. Bye.